Good day to all. Today in the module International Leadership, we'll be looking on the title Leadership Analysis of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala and Andy Jassy. My name is Shalin David. For the introduction, leadership works differently in different sectors, but some of the attributes may be common in this presentation. I analyzed two influential leaders, Ngozi and Jassy, through theoretical perspectives in order to come to an understanding of their influence. The organized comparison not only outlines the leadership style, but also allows us to learn the things we can take from their actions and tactics. Leadership shapes global organizations and policy outcomes. This presentation compares public and private sector leadership. Ngozi represents diplomacy and equity. Jassy leads in innovation. Like as told, Ngozi represents in the diplomacy and equity style, and whereas we can see Jassy lead in tech innovation. Theories include transformational, servant, transactional, and path goal models. Okay, now let's see on the background of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. The leadership career of Ngozi is in the national policy and global governance. She has shattered the glass ceiling in both being a woman as well as an African leader. Her experience in the art of diplomacy and her inclination as a reformer show strong ethical foundations and vision. She presents the ideal example of which transformations and servant dominance theories can be based in leadership. She is also the Director General of WTO and the first African woman for this role, and also a former Finance Minister of Nigeria, uh, known for her work in anti-corruption and public reform, emphasizes equality, as told, equality, diplomacy, and collaboration. Ngozi has a transformational leadership since she has been motivating others by sharing a common vision of economic justice around the world. Her leadership to overcome the status question and empower the persons in the WTO and collaborations are in line with the theory of best. She is a transformation leader in the international arena because of her charisma and more strategic approach. Now, on her transformation leadership, she inspires vision-driven change in international policy, focuses on intellectual stimulations and idealized influence, builds strong emotional connects with teams, BBC, like 2025, which has been told them, encourages innovation, inclusion, and motivation through her vision. She has been a woman of influence in leadership also, though. Ngozi has a servant leadership as exhibited by her devotion to the development of Global South. She supports and trusts cooperation by prioritizing the needs of others and being inclusive. This theory assists in describing how she can have an influence on change in the complex political context as in WTO and Nigerian finance. On the servant leadership, she leads through empathy, listening, and stewardship, prioritize collective over personal goals, strengthens community, and promotes ethical decisions. As we heard told, she also emerges as the new Director General of WTO, became the first woman in Africa to lead the WTO. So now moving to the other side, let's also look about Andy Jassy et al. Andy Jassy climbed into the position by constructing Amazon Web Services into a juggernaut. His management approach is an indication of the high-performance analytical culture at Amazon. He is also a remarkable CEO who can offer excellent ownership of the operating cycles, customer-oriented, and strategic implementation, thus making him an interesting focus on research into leadership into the private sector. He was also the CEO of Amazon since 2021, led AWS from inception, spearheaded Amazon's cloud dominance globally, and known for his data-driven execution found focused leadership, balances innovation with efficiency and market expansion. The main style of leadership that can be attributed to Jesse is transactional. His focus on responsibility and performance that can be measured is appropriate because it fits into the Amazon culture. He inspires with a clear goal and reward system. This can be easily linked to the transactional model of motivation that is more about tasks than people and can be used in settings that require high performance and control. So, on transactional leaderships, he sets clear expectations and rewards performance, focuses on task deliverables and accountability, encourages compliance through structure systems, prioritize short-term operational goals, have a backbone, disagree, and commit. Leaders are obligated to respectfully challenge decisions when they disagree, even doing is uncomfortable or exhausting. Leaders have convention and tensions. They don't compromise for the sake of social concern. Once their decision is determined, they completely owe it. So, as we have seen, his words are really remarkable. And the path goal theory. Now let's look about the path goal theory, like how he used it. So the path goal theory can clarify how Jesse wraps his leadership to favor teamwork. He involves high achievement by explaining the expectations and giving the means of success. His versatility and ability to think on his feet fit the theory presented by House, as we can see how a leader can balance employee aspiration with those of the organizations. He also clarifies goals and removes obstacles for teams, adapt leadership behavior to team needs, emphasizes directive and achievement-oriented style, enhances employee confidence and productivity. And now, Ngozi and Jesse act in different circumstances. Nonetheless, they are effective in their leadership. Ngozi is task-oriented in her leadership style, which is competency-wise and transformational compared to emotional intelligence of Jesse. The difference explains the influence of sectoral requirements and individual principles in shaping leadership models, which brings forth the necessity of consistent adjustments in the global. Now, looking onto the comparative analysis and insights, you can see the aspects of the leadership sector focus and approach are either we both have a different sector, like on looking on Ngozi Ognova Iwalia, you can see the transformational and servant, but on the other side, you can see that Andy Jassy is a transactional and a path goal person. On their sectors, it's a public sector for Ngozi, and it's a private sector, and that too, it's on seeing on the woman side of Ngozi, we can see it's a global governance, and on Andy Jassy, it's a tech industry. And the vision they focus on the things they focus on is vision, inclusion, and ethics. But on the other side, the same way, efficiency, innovation, performance make a big task for Andy JC here. So approaches, they're empathetic, goal, collaborative, and leadership. And here, as we've seen, he's a directive and a data driven. So both have their difference on seeing in this. The present analysis. Now we are seeing on the analysis shows that effective leadership is contented and values based, both in influencing global policy and growing a tech business. Successful leaders can refer to various theories. A contemporary leader must be a person who is knowledgeable about people and systems and work with the purpose, as well as a person to practice its modern global world. So, other leadership implications like content determines leadership model effects, ethical, cultural awareness, enchantment, global leadership impact. Leaders must balance vision with results, like for the four, etc. Like I have taken the notes from that, like 2021, self-awareness and adaptability in leadership success. And there also includes the social intelligence, problem solving, conflict management, decision making, setting, sharing is on the other side. Same way, the interpersonal skills, emotional intelligence, coaching ability, and the learning, industry expertise, managing yourself, courage. These all implement a large in leadership implications. On the conclusion, the two leaders are worth learning from. The varying ways that they approach the task depict the applicability of leadership theories in different businesses. This reflection not only widened my insight into adaptive leadership, but also in how style needs to be matched in tune with context, value, and people. The lessons can be used in any leadership tool around the world. Leadership effectiveness varies by context and goals. Ngozi also exemplifies in ethical servant leadership and governance. Jassy represents structure, performance, focused leadership in tech. Theories enchants understanding of real world leadership success. And the reference I have posted here, hope you all understand the between what I've told. Thank you. Have a nice day.